Hello guys, welcome back to STEM Trainers. Today we are going to see Venn diagrams. So this is from the chapter set or set theory. So what is a Venn diagram? So it's a diagram that shows all possible logic relations between sets. So what are we going to study in this topic? So mainly in today's video we will study complement of a set. What is complement of a set? How to represent that in a Venn diagram? What is union of sets, or how to represent union of sets, or what is union of sets in Venn diagram, and intersection of sets. Mainly these three things we will study, and in this video we will study mainly about single set or two sets. In the next video we will study about what happens if there are three or more sets. Okay, so first let's study complement of a set. So first is universal set. So example is given, universal set is given as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we use these curly brackets to represent or to list all the elements in that set. So it means universal set has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as its members. A set A has 1, 3, 5 as its member. Okay, I hope everyone knows universal set. So basically all other sets will be inside that universal set. So universal set is a superset. So basically it means it contains everything like our universe. So that's why it's known as universal set. Okay. So in a Venn diagram, so let me just clear small things for you. In a Venn diagram, usually our universal set is represented by a rectangle, as you can see here, this rectangle. So this rectangle is my universal set. So all other sets, it doesn't matter how many are there, they all will be inside this rectangle only, because this rectangle represents the universal set. Okay. So let's first see complement of a set. So complement of a set. So if a set A is there 1, 3, 5, so complement of A is written like this, A dash, or sometimes it's written like this also, A complement, A and a small c on top. So complement of a set A, it means all the elements of U. Okay, let me write all elements of U or it's a set that contains all elements of U that are not in A. So that is we define as complement of a set, or sometimes we call this as not A. So all elements of U, that is universal set, except the elements that are already in A. So basically, if I want to write complement of A, it will be all elements of U that are not in A. So basically 1 is there, so I will remove this, 3 is there, I will remove this, 5 is there, I will remove this. So what are all the elements that are left? 2, 4, 6. So complement of set A is set that contains 2, 4, 6. So this is complement of A. So basically now set A is represented, doesn't matter how many sets are there, they are represented by a circle. You can represent by other figures also, but it looks better when you use a circle and a rectangle. Okay, so as you can see, my A set, only one set is there, that is inside the universal set. So how we will represent this in Venn diagram? So in Venn diagram, we will first see that we have a set A. So what are the elements? Okay, one more thing I just want to clarify. 1, 3, 5 are, sometimes we call these as members of set A, or sometimes you can say this, these are elements of set A. Both are the same things. Okay, and one more thing, sometimes we use this notation also, belongs to. So 1 belongs to A. This symbol meaning belongs to. So this basically means 1 is an element of A, or 1 is a member of set A. And sometimes we use this also, does not belong to. So does not belong to means 2 is not an element of A. So this symbol means does not belong to. or doesn't belong to. Okay, just want to clarify these small symbols because in some curriculums these symbols are frequently used. Okay, so now let's start with the Venn diagram. So we have a set A that is 1, 3, 5 as its members. So I will write 1, 3, and 5 inside the circle or inside the set A. Now, universal set has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, already 1, 3, 5 is there in the rectangle. Now, what is not there? 2, 4, 6. So you can write 2, 4, 6 anywhere outside this set A or this circle because this circle contains only elements of A. So this is the Venn diagram of this U and A. And you can also see every element that is not in A, that is 2, 4, 6. So these constitute the complement of a set. So this is very important, or sometimes we call it not A. Okay, next, union of sets. So let's take one more example. Let's say our universal set is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A set A is 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. Set B is 2, 3, 4, 5. Now union. So first thing is we write union of two sets as like this, A union B. So this symbol is symbol of union. It actually means or. In English we can say it means, or you can say like this also, A or B, or you can say A union B. Okay, so in set notation we use union, that is this U. So A union B means a set that contains all elements that are in A or B or both. So this is what is we mean by union. So basically, if I want to find A union B, it means you have to write all the elements in this A union B that are in A, B or both. So basically 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. So this is my set A. I have to write all the elements in set A. I have to write all the elements of set B. But don't repeat the elements. For example, 2 we have already written, so there is no need to write. 3 we have already written, there is no need to write. In fact, 5 we have already written, so no need to write. So we need to just write, add one more, that is 4. So this set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, it contains all the elements that are in E. It contains all the elements that are in B or both. So this is my A union B, or you can say A or B. So how do we represent this in Venn diagram? So this is my U, A and B. So first thing that I will shade is A union B. So what is my A union B? This whole thing, this circle and remaining part of this circle. So this whole shaded part is my A union B. This whole thing is A union B. Okay, now if I want to write the numbers, you can write the numbers. So which number is not there? 6 and 8. So you can write 6 outside this, 8 outside this, and you can write the rest of the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 inside this shaded part. So that is my A union B. I hope everyone understands this. Union means or. Okay, so let's understand intersection of sets. So intersection of sets is written like this inverted U. This is the symbol for intersection. It means actually and. So A intersection B actually is a set that contains elements, or you can say that contains all elements that are both in A and B. So if we see the definition, and our example is the same, U, A and B. So we have to look for elements that are both in A and B. Now if we look at these two, A and B, we can see that this number 2, this element 3 and this element 5, these three elements are there in both of them. So that is my intersection of these two sets. Very easy. Just see which elements are or which members are there in both the sets. That becomes my intersection. And you have to write obviously all the elements that are common. So this is my Venn diagram. This is my universal set A and B. So what is my intersection? Intersection is this, which is there. You can see the circle area which is there in both the circles. So this becomes my intersection, that is A intersection B. Now if you want to write these sets in the Venn diagram, then again the same thing. I think 6 and 8 were not part of A and B. So we will write them outside. You can write anywhere outside these circles, but inside the rectangle. And what is common? 2, 3, 5. So the part that we shaded will contain the numbers 2, 3 and 5. Okay, I think. So this will be my 2, 3, 5. So these will be my numbers. What is left in A? 1, 7. You can write anywhere inside this circle, but not in the common part. What is B? 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2, 3, 5 is already there. So just write 4. So if you want to represent these sets in Venn diagram, you can represent it like this. And we know anyways, A intersection B is this part, this whole part. So that's it. That's all you need to know about complement of a set, union, and intersection. So let's see some cases which are more very frequent. So you must know them. So these are the 4 cases when 2 sets are involved. So let's first discuss the third case. Okay, let's call this as A, B, C. So we will first discuss B, C case. Okay, so C case says what we have to do is we will just shade the part that is A intersection B complement. So basically A intersection B, we know A intersection B is the common area, this common area that is there in both the circles. So this part is A intersection B. Now what is A intersection B complement? So A intersection B complement means not A intersection B. It means all the elements that are either in A or B but not in both of them. So basically except this part, this common part, everything else comes in A intersection B complement. So this is my universal set. So what is my answer? Everything except the common part. So common part we don't have to shade. Apart from that, everything. So these two, okay. So basically except this common part, everything is A intersection B complement. Okay, now let's look at A union B complement. So A union B we know is area of both of these circles. All the area that is in there in these two circles, that is my A union B. So A union B complement means everything else except that. So it means basically the outside part. Outside of these circles. This part. So this is my A union B complement. Okay. Next, let's look at B part. A union B intersection. Sorry, A union B complement, or A union B, no, A union not B. Okay. So now we know union means or. So it means basically all elements that are in A, all elements that are there in B complement, and all elements that are there in both. So basically, first we need to look at all the part that is there in A. So A is this circle. So this will come. Then B complement. So all area that is there, that is not there in B. So basically the outside area, this. So except this part that is there in B only, everything else is there in A union B complement. That is my answer. Okay, let's look at last one. That is A complement intersection B. So this is my A, this is my B. So now intersection we know means and, that is we need to look for common elements. So what is common in B and A complement? Now just to look at this, I am drawing just to explain you. I am taking separate for A complement and B. So in some cases, when we are doing intersection, we sometimes have doubt what is the common part. So just to see that, what you can do is you can make separate diagram. For example, B we know is this part, right? This circle, small circle, that is right circle. Now what is not A? That is A complement. We just did this. A complement means everything except A. So it means this outside part, this part. This is A complement. So except A, everything. Now what is common in these two? You can see what is common in these two. The common in these two is this part, as you can see. Try to visualize this. This part is common, right? In these two set diagrams. Okay, now, so this area becomes our A complement intersection B. Similarly, this part becomes, similarly I can say this will be B complement intersection A. This becomes B complement intersection A. So these four are very frequently used. A complement intersection B, A union B complement, A intersection B complement, A union B complement. So you must know what they represent in Venn diagram. So I hope everyone understands. Okay, so this is all about the theory or the basics for Venn diagram that we need: complement, union, intersection. Now let's see how they will ask the question in exams. So this is the first question. 50 people go to a party, 32 take Coke, 22 take Fanta, and 10 take both. Okay. Find how many doesn't take Coke, doesn't take Fanta, take at least one drink, take neither. Okay. So there are two ways to solve questions that are based on Venn diagram or sets. One is through the Venn diagram, second is through using purely formula with no diagram. So there are two separate methods. So first we will look at how to solve questions using the diagram. Then in the next video, when we will do 3 sets, then we will study how we can solve questions without making Venn diagram or with using the formulas only. Okay. So for this, we will use the Venn diagram. So 50 people go to a party. Okay. So it means this total 50 becomes our universal set. 32 take Coke and 22 take Fanta. So how many doesn't take Coke? So total are 50. 32 takes Coke. So the people who doesn't take Coke is 50 minus 32. So this will be 18. And similarly, people who doesn't drink Fanta will be total is 50 minus 22. That is 28. Okay. So answer for these two parts are very easy. Next is take at least one drink. Okay. So for now, how you will convert this question into Venn diagram question? Now see. So Coke will become my one set and these Fanta people will become my second set. Okay. So now I will try to write the values of these whatever information is given into this Venn diagram. So first is they have given that 10 people take both Coke and Fanta. And we know when we are talking about both, it means and, that is intersection, that is common. So it means this common part is nothing but 10. Now we know that there are total of 32 who drink Coke. So now if 10 is there in this, then obviously this part, remaining part will be 22. I hope everyone understands this. Because total Coke drinking persons are 32. So if 10 are there in this part, that is common part, so obviously this remaining part of C will have 22 people. And similarly, if total people drinking Fanta are 22, 10 are common, then obviously remaining in this part are 12. Okay. So this is how we use the given information and convert it into Venn diagram and write the values. Now we know total U is 50. That is universal set because we are talking about 50 people. So it means our universal set has total of 50 elements. Now how many are there we have written already? So we have written 22 plus 10 plus 12. Now we don't know how many belong to this part. So let's take that as x. So plus x, this total value, it should be 50. So what is this value? 22 plus 10 plus 12. This is 44. So x plus 44 is equal to 50. So my x value is coming out to be 6. So this is basically 6. So now what's the question? Find how many take at least one drink. So at least one drink means there will be people who are drinking Coke only, there will be people who are drinking Fanta only, and there are people who are drinking both Coke and Fanta. So basically it means, simply means, you have to find union of C and F, that is Coke and Fanta. And we know union means everything that is in area of the circles. So what is there? 22 plus 10 plus 12, and which we know this is nothing but 44. And we have to find how many doesn't take neither. Okay, so there are 6 people that are not inside these two sets. So it means the answer for our D part is 6. So this is how we use the information or a word problem into sets and write all the information, and then we will find out whatever they are asking. Okay, let's take one more example, and next example will be a little difficult one. Okay, so this is how they will ask questions in exams. So there are 25 students in a PE group. 13 have taken aerobics before and 16 have taken gymnastics. One student has done neither. Find number of students who have taken both activities, who have taken this but not this, who have taken at least one of these activities. Okay. So what we are going to do is we are going to convert this word problem into Venn diagram, and then we will find out as many parts of this Venn diagram as possible, and then we will see what information is missing and what we have to find out. Okay, so first thing is universal set is, that is sure, that is 25 because we are talking about 25 people. Okay, that's done. And 13 have taken aerobics and 16 have taken gymnastics. So let's take this as aerobic. This set, let's say, represents my gymnastic students. Now one student has done neither. So it means this outside of these two sets is 1. So this part is 1 and total is 25. Okay. 13 have taken aerobics. Now remember, this aerobics total students are 13 and gymnastic total students are 16. So I know area of this circle A, that is set A, is 13. So there should be total 13 students in this. But I don't know how many students are common. And you can see this information is missing. That is not given. So first thing is, whatever information is not given, you can assume that as some variable, let's say x. So now, if using this x, let's try to find out if we can find the remaining part of these sets or this one diagram. So this common part we have assumed as x. Now this total A, aerobic students are 13. So if this is x, so this should be 13 minus x. And gymnastic total students are 16, common are x, then remaining should be 16 minus x. I hope this diagram is clear. We have to see which information is not given. And then we will assume some variable and we will try to write everything in terms of that variable. Now, what information we have? We know that sum of all these students must be 25. So I can say that 13 minus x plus 16 minus x plus 1, it should be 25. That is my universal set. Okay, so let's try to find x from this. So 30 minus x equals 25. So x is 30 minus 25, that is 5. So using this, now we have found the value of x. So when we have x, now you can see we have all the values. So let me just change this. So once we have x, we know everything. So this is common part is 5. This is total 13. So this remaining part is 8. This total G, gymnastic, is 16. This is 5. So this should be 11. Now let's see what they are asking. Now once we have all the values, it's very easy to answer whatever question they ask. So find number of students who have taken both activities. So obviously that is 5. That is my common part. Students who have taken gymnastics but not aerobics. So that is my 11 part. This 11 represents number of students that have already taken gymnastics but not aerobics. So this is my 11. Have taken at least one of these activities. Now just remember this, at least one of these activities. This basically means you have to find A union G. That is aerobics union gymnastic. Right? So this is the language that they will be using. At least one of these activities. We have seen this similar thing in last question also. Have taken at least one drink. That means basically union. So what is my A union G? That is 8 plus 5 plus 11. That is 24. So this is my answer. So this is how we can convert this word problem into sets Venn diagram question and solve. So in the next part, we will see what happens or how to solve questions when there are more than 2 sets involved. That is 3 sets or 4 sets. Okay, so I hope the basics for intersection, union and complement are clear. Thank you so much for watching.